the ceremony. So let's welcome them in. Congratulations, graduates!
Please welcome the College of Science Mace Bearer and Professor Emeritus of Computer Science, Dr. Robert Curbs. Please welcome the two College of Science banner carriers, Taylor Edwards and David Hughes, Julian A. McPhee awardees and class valedictorians. Please welcome the faculty and degree candidates of the Biological Sciences Department, led by their chair, Dr. Angel Valdez, and their banner carrier, Damara Saggio. Please welcome the faculty and degree candidates of the Chemistry and Biochemistry Department, led by their chair, Dr. Lisa Alex, and their banner carrier, Michael Lund. Please welcome the faculty and degree candidates of the Computer Science Department, led by Dr. Daisy Sang and their banner carrier, Jacob Kupsik. Please welcome the faculty and degree candidates of the Geological Sciences Department, led by Dr. Stephen Osborne and their banner carrier, Caleb Miller. Please welcome the faculty and degree candidates of the Kinesiology and Health Promotion Department, led by their chair, Dr. Laura Chase, and their banner carrier, Emma Silvestri. Please welcome the faculty and degree candidates of the Mathematics and Statistics Department, led by their chair, Dr. Barrett Givens, and their banner carriers, Joshua Kiernan and Dylan Patterson. Please welcome the faculty and degree candidates of the Physics and Astronomy Department, led by their chair, Dr. Hector Morales, and their banner carrier, Courtney Wilt.
Good afternoon. My name is Allison Baskey, and I have the honor of serving as Dean of the College of Science. To begin our ceremony, please stand for the singing of our national anthem. I would like to invite Morgan Semro to come forward as our singer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so very much for that beautiful performance. Please be seated. Welcome to the 2019 College of Science commencement. We are here today to celebrate the graduation of more than 1,000 students. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of the college, I want to congratulate our graduates and welcome their families and friends who join us today. Thank you for being with us on this very important occasion. We want to also acknowledge the faculty who have helped our graduates master the knowledge and skills they will need as professionals. We also acknowledge the staff who have supported them in their academic careers. Would the faculty and staff in the College of Science please stand and be recognized? Faculty and staff. Thank you. I think you like them. Today, we are joined by a number of university officers, faculty, and students on the platform. Please stand as I introduce you, and I ask the audience to please hold their applause until the end. Mr. John McGuthrie, Vice President and CIO, Information Technology. Dr. Angel Valdez, Chair of Biological Sciences. Dr. Lisa Alex, Chair of Chemistry and Biochemistry. Dr. Daisy Sang, Computer Science. Dr. Stephen Osborne, Interim Co-Chair of Geological Sciences. Dr. Laura Chase, Chair of Kinesiology and Health Promotion. Dr. Barrett Givens, Chair of Mathematics and Statistics. Dr. Hector Morales, Chair of Physics and Astronomy. Dr. Craig Lemunyon, Associate Dean, College of Science. Dr. Robert Curbs, Mace Bearer. Dr. Steve Ollis, Provost Distinguished Service Awardee. Jai Lee, Class Gift Presenter and Science Council President, majoring in microbiology. Taylor Edwards and David Hughes, Julian A. McPhee awardees and valedictorians. Dr. Sylvia Alva, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Dr. Soraya Coley, President of Cal Poly Pomona. Now, I would like to call on President Coley for her welcoming remarks.
Thank you, Dean Baskey. What a great day. And on behalf of our outstanding faculty and staff, I congratulate you, the class of 2019. You should take great satisfaction in your accomplishment, but you know you did not do it alone. I want each of you to think for a moment about the people who helped get you here. Your family, your friends, faculty, coaches, staff, counselors, and others. Let's offer them a round of applause. There are also people you might not know, including alumni and friends of the university whose support helped make your education possible. The best way to thank them is to pay it forward by someday helping others achieve their dreams and becoming a part of your alumni association. And you can also continue to be a voice with our legislators and state leaders about the return on investment for individuals, families, and the entire state in higher education attainment. It is no small thing to earn a college degree. It takes perseverance and a sense of purpose. And my hope is that you will carry the joy you feel today into the world of work or into furthering your education. And as you move into the next phase of your life's journey, let me share several of the essential lessons that I've learned. The first is to hold high expectations for yourself. Set the bar high and exercise the discipline needed to achieve excellence. Remember, as Aristotle wrote, excellence is not an act, but it's a habit. The second is to take action. Don't let a fear of failure inhibit you. Move in the direction of your expectations, and you will succeed. The third is be persistent. Know that every failure holds a lesson and the seeds of success. And the fourth is maintain options. Look for opportunities to grow and adapt to changes throughout your lifetime. The future of work is predicted to hold disruptions. Be prepared to adjust and navigate these shifts and maintain a continual learning mindset. And finally, discover your purpose. Your talents and your gifts are still evolving. Be open to new experiences and make choices that align with your curiosity and your passion. In closing, I'd like to share these passages from a piece written by educator and author Dennis Kimbrough. May you develop a burning desire that is required of all achievement. May you stand up for the rights of others against the undesirable influence and threats of enemies. May you save your money so that you could pay your way in this world and yet be generous to those in need. May you forgive and forget those that may have harmed you. May you accept full responsibilities for the successes as well as the failures in your life, and may you seek the seed of triumph in every adversity. May you know that the greatest challenge is understanding. The greatest mistake is conformity. The greatest strength is faith. The greatest weakness is pride. The greatest day is today. The greatest word is thanks. The greatest among us is whoever serves, the greatest message is hope, and the greatest of these is love and empathy. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, President Coley. It is now my pleasure to introduce our senior class representative and president of Science Council, Jai Lee, who will present the senior class gift.
President Coley, Dean Baskey, distinguished guests, and fellow members of the class of 2019. Every year, the graduating class leaves behind something for the campus community, a gift for future generations of Broncos. It's about leaving the university better than it was when we first got here. This tradition succeeds every year because of another tradition at Cal Poly Pomona, philanthropy. Look around you now for those of you wearing the senior class gift donor pin. These graduates have made an important investment in the future of our university. This year, our giving will provide funding for the Emerging Scholars Program, a scholarship for students who are the first in their family to attend college and who need the support. Fellow donors, thank you for your generous spirit. President Coley, I am honored to present this gift from the class of 2019.
Thank you so much, and on behalf of future generations of Broncos, we appreciate your generosity and your kindness. Thank you so much.
Next, we celebrate some of the academic achievements of our students. We now recognize the Julian A. McPhee Award recipient and valedictorian, which is given to a student who exhibits academic excellence. Julian McPhee was the founding president of both Cal Poly Pomona and Cal Poly St. Louis Obispo, and gave more than 36 years of dedicated service to the citizens of California. Because of his visionary leadership, we can point with pride to two of the nation's finest polytechnic universities. It is my pleasure to present the two 2019 College of Science McPhee Award recipients and valedictorians this year, Taylor Edwards and David Hughes. Please stand to be recognized. Both Taylor and David graduate today with grade point averages of 4.0 and have also pursued interesting research projects. Taylor is majoring in environmental biology and David in computer science. We know that their accomplishments reflect dedication and effort to achieve academic excellence. Congratulations. Now, will you both join me here? And President Coley, would you please help me in presenting this award? We will have just a short speech from each of our awardees. And first, I believe, Taylor, come on up.
Greetings, class of 2019. I am thankful for this honor and blessed to be sharing this moment with you today. I would not be standing here if it weren't for the amazing faculty and friends that I've met in the College of Science. We have been lucky to be part of a diverse and open-minded community on this campus. As students, we've all learned of the scientific and social challenges that we face as a generation. Our education has not only made us into professionals, but also into scientific citizens. In a society filled with division and inequality, we are informed and ready to ask the right questions. Even if you don't have a path set out for you yet, rest assured that you will find your place in an era in which science is most needed. Good luck on your journeys ahead, and congratulations on all you've accomplished. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Taylor. And now I invite David to the podium.
Hello, everyone. I appreciate this opportunity to be co-valedictorian and speak to you today. First, I want to emphasize that you should be proud of your achievement, no matter what it took to get here. Whether you came from community college, like me, high school, another college, took time off, completed your coursework slowly, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are here now and accomplished something that only 1 in 3 people can do. Second, I want to remind my fellow graduates to thank anyone who helped you reach this day. For me, I want to thank my parents and all the teachers, professors, and coaches I've had over my life. In particular, thank you, Coach Jim Radigan, for keeping me sane at community college, and Dr. G here at Cal Poly Pomona for giving me opportunities outside the classroom. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thanks to both of you for such wonderful speeches. I would like to now call upon our Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Sylvia Alva, to present the Provost Award for Excellence in Service.
Thank you, Elsie. With the generous support of President Coley, the university continues to recognize the accomplishments of our faculty with the Provost Awards for Excellence. These awards are given in the area of teaching, service, and research and creative activity, and they acknowledge the central role of the faculty in making Cal Poly Pomona the superb place that it is. Awardees are chosen in a very rigorous process, and they must meet the very highest standards of excellence in their fields. It is with great pleasure to announce that the 2019 Provost Award for Excellence in Service goes to Dr. Steve Alas, Professor of Biological Sciences in the College of Science. Dr. Alas has demonstrated exemplary service through his leadership of programs that support and engage underrepresented students. Through his efforts, the Science Educational Enhancement Services, also known as SEAS, the CSU LSAMP program, and the NSF BioTier program, and the STEM Success program have helped over 2,500 students at Cal Poly Pomona. Major awards from the California Wellness Foundation, the Hearst Foundation, the Chancellor's Office, the National Science Foundation all support the programs and represent extensive long-term efforts to improve the university through service by strengthening student success in STEM fields. Dr. Alas also serves our local community through programs such as CPP Summer Discovery Science Summer Camps for students in K through 12, held here at Cal Poly Pomona and taught by our C students. It is an honor and a privilege to introduce to you the 2019 award winner for excellence in service, Dr. Steve Alas.
Good afternoon. From my own undergraduate roots here at Cal Poly Pomona, to the many years that I've been blessed to serve on the faculty, I've witnessed many generations of students from all backgrounds flourish here due to hard work and their ability to dream big. I want your families to know that your presence here over these past years have not only enriched the lives of this university, but that your presence here made this university one generation stronger. For having been part of your sacrifice, your work ethic, your emotional drain, your untiring effort, no matter what the obstacle. And as if we haven't put you through enough, I'm going to ask you one more thing. See, along your path, you too are going to encounter young people coming up behind you. And they will complain, and they will groan on and on. And because they've not experienced much in this world, anything that has some level of difficulty may seem impossible to them. Help them. Help them. The support and guidance you show them will help them trust in work ethic and in patience. I hope everyone here at Cal Poly Pomona has done their best to do that for you. So I thank God for the opportunity to serve this incredible graduating class for the past many years. It's been my honor. So thank you very much.
Next, I would like to note a few of the outstanding accomplishments of our faculty in the College of Science. Recently, President Coley and Provost Alva honored outstanding academic advisors at Cal Poly Pomona, including one from our college who works tirelessly to help students succeed and achieve their goals. This year, the 2018-19 Outstanding Faculty Advisor Award was given to Dr. Ed Bobich from the Department of Biological Sciences. If you're out there, Ed, yes, you have to stand up. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Bobich. Each year, the faculty in the College of Science honor one of their colleagues with the Distinguished Teaching Award. With so many excellent teachers among the faculty, selecting one person for this recognition is always a challenge. This year, the award committee chose the following 4 finalists: Stephanie Rothman, Biological Sciences; Joelle Opatowski, Chemistry and Biochemistry; Robin Wilson, Mathematics and Statistics; and Raymond Wang, Physics and Astronomy. Let's give all 4 of those finalists a round of applause. I am delighted to announce that from among those finalists, Dr. Robin Wilson has been selected as the recipient of this year's College of Science Distinguished Teaching Award. Dr. Wilson's contributions to student learning include engaging students both inside and outside the classroom. His career has been motivated by the idea that math literacy can be the key to unlocking the unlimited potential of disenfranchised communities. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Robin Wilson. The College of Science has a long history of outstanding faculty research that involves undergraduate and graduate students. The Ralph W. Ames Distinguished Research Award honors a faculty member in the college who has a strong record of research in their field. This year, the award goes to Dr. Amar Rahija in the Department of Computer Science. Dr. Rahija has an outstanding record of scholarly work in the areas of computer vision and machine learning. Again, please join me in congratulating Dr. Amar Rahija. Now, we come to the central part of our ceremony, the awarding of degrees. I call upon Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Sylvia Alva, to present the candidates for master's degrees.
Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Biological Sciences, the Master of Science in Chemistry, the Master of Science in Computer Science, the Master of Science in Geology, the Master of Science in Kinesiology, and the Master of Science in Mathematics, please rise. Please rise. President Coley, I present to you the candidates for the Master of Science in Biological Sciences, the Master of Science in Chemistry, the Master of Science in Computer Science, the Master of Science in Geology, the Master of Science in Kinesiology, and the Master of Science in Mathematics. These candidates have completed the requirements for the master's degree as prescribed by the State of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended by the faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona.
Candidates for the master's degree, you have heard the recommendation of the faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. By the authority vested in me as president, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Biological Sciences, Master of Science in Chemistry, Master of Science in Computer Science, Master of Science in Geology, Master of Science in Kinesiology, and the Master of Science in Mathematics with all the rights, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Ushers, please take your positions to help marshal the faculty and candidates to the stage. Each candidate should proceed as directed by the ushers with your hood folded over your left arm. You will stop at the reader table and hand them your card before proceeding to be hooded. You will then return to your seat down the center ramp. For the families, I want you to know that we do have professional photographers here to capture this very important moment for you.
We will now present the candidates for the Master of Science in Applied Biotechnology and the Master of Science in Biological Sciences. Justine Rojas.
Christian Edward Pirijanian.
Humaira Sattar Mirza.
Prudencio A. Marino Carrion.
Robin Julianne Fales.
Dae Wee Jung.
Sierra Lawman.
Damian Wolf.
Pablo A. Garcia Jr.
Matthew Wright.
Yeraldi Loera.
Jayashri Alagasamy.
Danielle Alexis McCaskill.
Yasmin El Hajmusa.
Isis S. Janalkarn Urena.
Eden Fanif.
Anna Ramirez. Shirlene Sir Margie. And this completes the awarding of the degree for Master of Science in Applied Biotechnology and Master of Science in Biological Sciences.
We present the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Chemistry. Stephen H. Koo. This completes the awarding of the degree Master of Science in Chemistry. We present the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Computer Science. Jake Lepar.
Yiyang Yan.
Prashanti Bhavana Kotapalli.
Jose Samuel Figueroa Hernandez Jr.
Sonam Rajendra Nahar.
Shansi Guo.
Ashish Pulikal.
Marish Sudhir Nazari.
Sureka Achanta. This completes the awarding of the degree Master of Science in Computer Science. We present the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Geology. Anisha Tiagi. Henry Echeverria. Thane Tun. Caleb Aaron Strom.
And that completes the awarding of the degree of Master of Science in Geology. We will now present the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Kinesiology. Christian Victor Eisen. Matthew Rafael Maas Rodriguez. Catherine Emily Sarasolo. Rachel Elizabeth Powers.
This completes the awarding of the degree Master of Science in Kinesiology. We present the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Mathematics. Ali Afif. Huyen Lee. Jeffrey Ye. Lak Hu Lee. Gregory Harris Kamel. Saif Ali Al-Jashami. Karina Novoa. Youngjin Kim. Connor Kent Francis. Tam Nguyen. Isaiah Wee Almond. Brandon Morgan Peterson. Anthony Simon. Alexis Jeremiah Ayala. This completes the awarding of the degree Master of Science in Mathematics.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science from the departments of Biological Sciences, Chemistry and Biochemistry, Computer Science, Geological Sciences, Kinesiology and Health Promotion, Mathematics and Statistics, and Physics and Astronomy, please rise. President Coley, I present to you the candidates for the baccalaureate degree from the College of Science. These candidates have completed the requirements for the baccalaureate degree as prescribed by the state of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended for their degrees by their excellent faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona.
Candidates for the baccalaureate degree, you have heard the recommendation of the faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. By the authority vested in me as president, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the rights, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Now, in academic tradition, The student who has not yet earned a degree wears the tassel on the mortarboard on the right side. When the degree is conferred, the scholar moves the tassel to the left, not yet, and joins a select company. In recognition of your new status, will all the recipients of the baccalaureate degree move the tassels to the left? Congratulations.
Class of 2019, congratulations on receiving this degree you have worked so hard to attain. Now, please be seated. We will now recognize each of you in today's graduation individually. Ushers will instruct the faculty and candidates of your department when it is time for you to move to the side aisle and come to the stage. So let's begin.
We now present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biology, Biotechnology, Botany, Environmental Biology, and Microbiology. Darian Melissa Silvestri.
Kayla Alexis Pector.
Daisy Yamalex Escobedo Sagala.
Jason Jamie Salvador.
Tanya Pajuish.
Miguel Angel Torija.
Richa Patel.
Linda Pham.
Tina Pajuish.
Jenny Yang.
Annie Raman.
An Huang.
Zulema Herrera.
Roland Del Mundo, magna cum laude.
Maria Mikhail.
Arpi Sayan.
Laura Ann Moen.
Elisha Sabo.
Brianne Kathleen Brown.
Sweta Lingampali.
Jenna Christine Gibbs.
Christina Cabrera.
Carly Leanne Cates.
Allison Lee.
Dana Nemo summa cum laude.
Lena Sarkisian.
Alina Rahima Yannick.
Pamela Felix Sanchez.
Chantel Brittany Bolanos.
Francis C. Perlis, cum laude.
Jorge Villanueva.
Rafi Alec Partamian.
Jennifer Parra cum laude.
Ivan Lee.
Deborah Jan Marie Wheeler cum laude, Kellogg Honors Scholar.
Karen Alina Balayan.
Namara Michaela Saggio summa cum laude.
Cade Philip Boland.
Ashley Ruth Phillips.
Neil Chetan Katakia.
Rosa Jasleen Guerra.
Mateo Miralaya.
Daniel Diaz.
Alexis Brittany Oropesa.
Leslie Solis.
Erica Eunicia Maldonado.
Mariana Ramirez.
Maria Guadalupe Agredano.
Karen Alvarado.
Irma Valle.
Isabella Villegas.
Caitlin Vito.
Mayra Lorena Rodriguez.
Floridis Mugar Muya.
Saur Furushani, magna cum laude.
Kevin Chow.
Brianna Joy Backett, cum laude. Jamie Rodolfo Alvarez, magna cum laude. Estefiana Vanessa Velasquez.
Tristan Fairweather.
Faith Maria Ortiz.
Reed Costian Wilkinson.
Sean Keith Lee.
Suhani Bhakta, cum laude.
Alexander Balmore Escobar.
Rajan Javadan Bhakta.
William Tran, cum laude.
Junaid Sheikh.
Yuka Miyagi, summa cum laude.
Kevin Paul Iniguez.
Alexis Rita Cox.
Mayra Diaz.
Haley Renee Pontes. Samantha Nicole Bustamante. Jody Cordy, summa cum laude.
Michele Ilarini Chimadomo, magna cum laude.
Angel Alberto Nicholas.
Brenda Eugenia Calderon Aceves.
Maharsh Nilesh Patel, cum laude.
Shannon Taylor O'Toole.
Wendy Kusaka Nguyen.
Manuela Karina Edwards.
Joseph James Casiata.
Crystal Montes.
Lissa Ella Cassandra Morgan, magna cum laude.
Elizabeth Ashley Pierce.
Stephen Sniden.
Richard Valle.
Raymar King Valera.
Teresa Guadalupe Ojeda.
Gretzky N. Tobago.
Maggie Wilson.
Brennan Lee Kidder.
Jennifer Corona.
Casey Marie Monsley. Gabrielle Anthony Martinez, cum laude. Brett Michael Mickelvey.
Imani Cooper.
Cassandra Flores.
Elizabeth Rachel Visser.
Mahajabin Kauser.
Carissa Mangle.
Susan Jacqueline Aceves.
Ana Michelle Acevedo.
Minley Aladodi.
Mireya Giselle Reyes Gutierrez.
Jimena Alamillo.
Jacqueline Ruiz Cum Laude.
Violeta Marcela Rodriguez.
Cindy Toscano McNair Scholar.
Godfrey Kin Lamb.
Benjamin Soto Summa Cum Laude Kellogg Honors President Scholar.
Teresa H. Vo.
Hovannes John Avedian Cum Laude.
Kurt Andrew Montoya.
Jared Buenbrazo Bondad.
Marissa R. Lichetti.
Constance Shu Duster.
Adrian Cazares Montenegro.
Saul Tejeda.
Emily Louise Kelvin, summa cum laude.
Kiana Linnea Simpson.
Jesus Alejandro Gonzalez.
Tet Tet Han Magna Cum Laude.
Savannah Brooke Pietmeyer.
Benton Navinvu.
Carly Elizabeth Wallace Thompson.
Joshua Timothy Jackson.
Brianda Espuro Ibarra.
Richard Nutt Quatch.
Paloma Miranda Alvarado.
Tram Nakdo.
Valerie Jean Dinalos Sinilap.
Caroline Elizabeth Cantaya.
Danielle Rose Terrazon.
Michael Truman Lucen.
Sandra Isabel Moreno.
Delaney Sue Ciprell.
Lizette Roxana Lagunas.
Morgan Ashley Quaternick.
Mona Jane Ocampo.
Daisy Marie Duran.
Brenda Rose Ramirez.
Callum Theobald.
Alexandria Ho Min Trin.
Tony Sykes.
Sarah Wei Shan Chan, magna cum laude.
Dolores Marie Van Gordon.
Paulina Simavong.
Cindy Lee, magna cum laude.
Gabriela Garcia Barbosa.
Celine Wanwatanakul, magna cum laude.
Blake Ryan Cook, cum laude.
Isaac Salas Hernandez.
Juana Yesenia Cornejo Perez.
Lian Wei Chiang, cum laude.
Eileen Karina Espinoza Osnaya.
Sharon Wu, summa cum laude.
Amber Dominique Casillas.
Maggie Pong.
Kevin Lamont Harris Jr.
Anthony David Chu.
Alexander Ojalabi, cum laude.
Teresa Wynn.
Reynard Robini.
Stephanie Nicole Martinez.
Camille Elaine Westeen, summa cum laude.
Anak Wang Bei, summa cum laude, Kellogg Honors.
Mary Park.
Stephanie Vanessa Arden.
Benjamin Boyd Clark, summa cum laude.
Arturo Sid Munoz.
Robert D. Manuel.
Joyce Yu Sean Wong.
Jeline Andre Cajaroloja.
Nina Ray McDonald. Amanda Rose Bray.
Avriel Bautista Alegre.
Guyana Polu, Kellogg Honors.
Jacqueline Fernandez Gutierrez, cum laude.
Alondra Quetzali Naves Peralta.
Allison Campbell Ring, cum laude.
Carlos Ernesto Amparo.
Kelsey Nicole Fieldling.
Desiree Martin.
Madison Lee Anderson, magna cum laude.
Elisa Chan.
J. H. Lee, magna cum laude.
Eric Nalus, magna cum laude. Sukjin Lee. Tiffany Lim. Patricia Angela Miranda. Rafael Vigilla. Andrew Garrett Kennedy, Kellogg Honors. Kevin David Leon, summa cum laude. Anne Christine Daniels. Jessica Arlene Delgado. Rosalie Chantel Katakunan. Taylor Nicole Edwards, summa cum laude, Kellogg Honors.
And that completes the awarding of the degree Bachelor of Science in Biology, Biotechnology, Botany, Environmental Biology, and Microbiology. We now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and Biochemistry. Caroline Mayuki Dutton.
Olivia Yoon.
Ambria M. Pogue, magna cum laude.
Philip Luis Gentry.
Casey R. Larson, cum laude.
Casper Lee.
Jason Patrick Herbert.
Flipper Lee.
Zachary Emil Hutchins, magna cum laude.
Jacob Cummings, cum laude.
Beverly Aaron Stretch.
Christopher Dail.
Gabriela Danielle Sakagino.
Jose Ramon Gutierrez.
Marielle Sewell.
Marcus Alejandro Ojeda.
Joshua Ricardo Pulido.
Samantha Manlin True.
Saul Jose Sanchez.
Janelle Saura.
Michael Matthew Raymer.
Tanya Kangbui.
Kevin Cavort Bagdasarian.
Liliana Kawas.
Michael Judy Lund, summa cum laude.
Candace Bunmei Wong.
Jonathan David Dang.
Yen Chan Yo.
Wheaton Alexander Lozano.
Queen Huin, magna cum laude.
Josue Benito Tapia.
Justin Lance Tabai Cortez, cum laude, Kellogg Honors President Scholar.
Samuel Zhang.
Fan Fu, magna cum laude.
Justin Thomas Bankhart.
Thomas Keegan Ray.
Kevin Patrick Liebel, magna cum laude.
Kevin Liang.
Brian Ramos, summa cum laude.
Timothy Chukyan Siu. Regina Tenoyo, cum laude. Consuelo Martinez. James Privetti. Garrett Claybaugh. Denny Nguyen. Andrea Gomez. Mireda Munguia Mason. Lauren Jane Randall. Justina No.
And that completes the awarding degree Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and Biochemistry. We now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Jacob Kupsik, summa cum laude, Kellogg Honors Scholar.
Min Jae Yi, cum laude.
Brennan Charles Zuber.
Dongri Zhu, cum laude.
Jonathan Gregory Fong.
Jason Kwok.
Burnell Williams Coates.
Joel Ian Tenko, magna cum laude.
Michael Tang.
Kenneth Ung.
Bennett Wong.
Anthony Guerrero.
Austin Belisa Buena Obra.
Stephen Joseph Marrero.
Benton Sing Lu.
Andres Guerrero.
Christian Jaime Munoz Magdaleno.
Jaime Lopez.
Michael Damian Comian.
Julio Miguel Berina.
Patrick Quach, magna cum laude.
Jose Luis Garcia.
Vin Duck Lee.
Nandan Vinjamuri.
Michael Patrick Trin.
Michael Uono, magna cum laude.
Wilson Gipp.
Joshua Baker.
Royal Douglas DeJulian, magna cum laude.
Carlos Olea.
Fong Duck Trin.
Alex Liu, summa cum laude.
Ethan Dean DeLuel, magna cum laude.
Christian Dorado.
Robert John Parsons.
Abraham Yepremian.
Sean Christopher Ritchie.
John Wayland Berkeley.
Byron Irwin Gill.
Joshua Chen, cum laude.
Anthony Scott Nuno.
Brian Hoon Lee.
Jordan Tien.
Joshua Daniel Rodriguez.
David Lam Howe, Kellogg Honors Scholar.
Austin Michael Morris, cum laude.
Donald Bui.
Jordan Carnaggio.
Bao Chow, magna cum laude.
Christopher Tan Tung Kao,
Brian Wan Young Cho,
Jeremy Sky Canning,
Harun Hatmal,
Richard Matthew Muskis,
Alejandro Sahagun,
Tiffany Zhao Ga, Pedro Gruelas, summa cum laude, Lynn Mi Win,
Joseph Sharor,
Samantha Rose Harrison, cum laude,
Zichi Chen,
Thomas Pashangian,
Yuik Nam Lam,
Tan Don,
Alan Lam,
Carlos Hernandez,
Brandon Nguyen, magna cum laude,
Camille Nibongo,
Anthony Vu,
Casey Au,
Michael Cutek Ho, magna cum laude,
Waylon Earl Jones,
Rafael Soto Solinas,
Adrian Christopher Correa,
Kim Nung Win,
John Yuk Yoon,
Derek Edward Yee, magna cum laude, Kellogg Honors Scholar,
Josue Arellano,
Kimberly Uma Christian,
Roberto Gonzalez,
Eric Kanampura, cum laude,
Tet So,
Rachel Elizabeth Shima, Kellogg Honors Scholar,
Okar Kia, cum laude,
Kuzma Parekh, cum laude,
Yoon Young Jiang,
Anas Mahmoud Sultan,
Marisabel Chang Chan, magna cum laude,
Mohammed Samir Khan, cum laude,
Dulce Copani Nava,
Matthew Edward McMartlin,
Robert Antonio Blanco, Jacob Walton Young, Inyob Choi,
Matthew Lee,
Mustafa Vahidi,
Jared Keone Nakamoto, magna cum laude,
Victor Gabriel Ruiz, cum laude,
Anthony Lee Win, cum laude,
Saul Galavis,
Brian Lorenzo Ferguson, summa cum laude,
Jake Robert Wagner, cum laude,
Harris Munaf Sitar, summa cum laude,
Christopher Michael Rauch,
Scott Koa Ha,
Daniel Lopez,
Chamath Gamalath, cum laude,
Francisco Fabian Rodriguez,
Ryan Tang, magna cum laude,
Kevin Shine Yao,
Alex Lok Su,
William Hang,
Kevin Macias, cum laude,
Kevin Wynn,
Wilson Tai, cum laude, Maria Sabrina Osorio Cruz,
Maya Lake,
Matthew Fernie Silvestri,
Dimitri Ralph Pierre Louis,
Eric Eduardo Gutierrez,
Matthew Ryan Ortiz,
Ruben Orihuela, cum laude,
Amir Satude, summa cum laude, President Scholar,
Hui Huyn, summa cum laude,
Leslie Covarrubias,
Eric John Crapel,
Joshua Yee,
Matthew Thomas Nash,
Richard Selva,
Justin Anthony Corquera,
Laura Campos,
Zachary James Martin,
Michael Wynn,
Brian Uriel Rivera, Jordan Robert Harris, summa cum laude,
Sean Castillo,
Travis Trong Wen Dong, magna cum laude,
Masis Krikorian, cum laude,
Tony Main Cha,
John Pierre Zubiri,
Nam Huang Wen, cum laude,
Barujan Hartunian,
Justin Sai, cum laude,
Arina Abrahamian, Sarman Andariasian, David Hughes, summa cum laude,
And that completes the awarding the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. We now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Geology. Courtney Jean Butts,
Mohammed Zishan Salim,
Veronica Hernandez,
Eduardo Silva,
Danielle Christine Whitfield,
Shane Anthony Bonanno,
Vanessa Pena,
Caleb Nathaniel Miller,
Riley Vaughn Brown,
Jennifer Elizabeth Hamill,
Kaylee Rose Kelly,
Jennifer Fowl,
Manuel Rafael Vejar, McNair Scholar,
Joseph Michael Flores,
Rachel Malia Kreisiger,
Zachary Riley Pointer,
Michelle Esparza,
Laura Carolyn Abbott,
Lonnie Jacob Padilla,
Saul Galvez,
Bryson Robert Gramer,
Ratana Sambat, Nadia Victoria Guajardo, Brianda Hernandez, Jacqueline Adriana Zuniga Baldenegro.
And that completes the awarding degree Bachelor of Science in Geology. We now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Nicole Lauren Hine,
Desiree Caballero,
Luciana Therese Norman,
Samantha Tu Ni Kao, summa cum laude,
Hannah Marie Stevie,
Jessica M. Lizama,
Wendy Mendez Gonzalez, cum laude,
Alisa Jules Dalnay,
Juan Rodriguez,
Jasmine Hillary Martinez,
Leilani Gabrielle Marby,
Isabel Regosa Espinosa,
Bianca Romy Bosanchich,
Sandra Sepulveda,
Judith Portillo,
Talissa Tardif, cum laude,
Monica Kila,
Michaela Elizabeth Souza, cum laude,
Sergio Torres,
Emma Lucia Silvestri, summa cum laude,
Rowan Ray de Sahugun,
Amanda M. Kirk,
Vachi Orishian, magna cum laude,
Kristen Marie Murky,
Jared Ryan Causey,
Gabrielle Valdez,
Monet Janelle Mariscal,
Mayra Rocio Cervantes,
George Rodrigo Ovando,
Sofia Giselle Sandoval,
Jaime Gutierrez, cum laude,
Cynthia Jeanette Lopez,
Adante Marcus Aquino,
Gabriel Anthony Romero, cum laude,
Cole Stephen Michael,
Kyle Jordan Kandala,
Billy Tran,
Jose Luis Flores Tejeda,
Leslie Annalie Montez,
Raven Deanne Miller,
Kendall Pfeiffer,
Jose Gonzalez Jr.,
Jessica Walters,
Mariel Abigail Lunason,
Nicholas Martin Del Campo, magna cum laude,
Andrew Perez,
Stephen Diaz,
Danica Alexis Vargas, Yvonne Young, cum laude,
Andre Alvarenga,
Brent Robert Hollinger, cum laude,
Cassandra Cuenca,
Joshua Reyes,
Justin Adam Gayton,
Diana Hong Nguyen,
Sarah Ruiz Garay,
Joshua Zachary Tan,
Nada Ahmed,
Irving Sonora,
Brianna Nicole Bartley,
Jesse Vasquez,
Catherine Elizabeth Chaplin,
Nicholas Romero,
Jessica Ann Savarese, magna cum laude,
Pedro Luis Brambila,
Michaela Neeson, cum laude,
Elizabeth Ann Ornell, summa cum laude,
Florentino Brandon Gonzalez Jr.,
Enrique Padilla Jr.,
Gregory Aaron Garcia, cum laude,
Victor Manuel Salaya Jr.,
Ryan Richard Younger,
Jose Garcia,
Catherine Chow,
Ariana Maya Estrada,
Jonathan Justin Avilas,
Sarah Giselle Zuno,
Nayeli Melissa Marquez, magna cum laude,
Tiffany Rachel Chung, Nicholas Barrera, Daniel Abraham Zurita, James Allen Yuson Salazar, summa cum laude, Tyler Pigosawas, Skylar Gibbons Stovall, Jean De Almeida, John William Ferranto, Rafi Balexioglu,
and that completes the awarding degree of Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. We now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. Dylan Ray Patterson,
Juan Enrique Martinez,
Jane Kelly Rush,
Jesus Garcia de Leon,
Amanda Rebecca Meave, Melanie Gonzalez,
Denise Guadalupe Munguia Salazar,
Destiny Nicole Diaz,
Manuel Alejandro Moreno,
Brianna Nicole Jeffers, magna cum laude.
Ji-hyun Lee.
Michael Hulov.
Sabrina Christine Galvan.
Esteban Gabriel Escobar, magna cum laude, Kellogg Honor Scholar, McNair Scholar.
Leticia Lozano.
Anthony James Torres.
Vivian Hernandez.
Oscar G. Rivera, cum laude.
Raul Barrera Barajas.
Christian Ibarra.
Jonathan Martinez.
Jocelyn Segoviano.
Jorge Flores. Christopher Sanchez.
Leanne Julie Pailago.
William Alexander Tan Wong.
Adam T. Castillo.
Hector Perez Montenegro Jr.
Christine Carmen Marie Hojendai, cum laude. Thomas Jorge Banuelos.
Sunny K. Patel.
Mayanna Dans Anderson.
Shamil Awal.
Raul B. Monzon. Anthony James Piston. Kevin Kong Tran. Tiffany Yu.
Mikhail Naum Jayevsky.
Daisy Andrade. Jose Francisco Jimenez Jr. Kieran Chase Aponte.
Mbe Sam Nendie.
Jianfeng Sun.
Carlos Escobar.
Jorge Andres Hernandez Jr.
Maral Natalie Hariachi, magna cum laude.
Courtney Lynn Ball, magna cum laude.
Malachi Demon, cum laude.
Patrick Andrew Larson.
Jasmine Cordero.
Hao Shang-He.
Zane Hall.
Angel Hernandez.
Albert Uriel Andaya.
Joshua Allen Gentle.
Stephen Luis Marquez.
Mitchell Leong.
Alexandra Ray. Joshua Kiernan, summa cum laude. Raven Ileana Salpa.
And that completes the awarding degree Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. We now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Physics. Michael Christopher Mumford.
Javier Alarcon Munoz.
Jose Eduardo Barrios.
Noel Alonso Ruiz.
Evan Hayes Nunez, magna cum laude.
Mackenzie Bruce Bowles.
Armando Villasñar.
Courtney Page Wilt, cum laude.
Bianca Cruz.
Laurice Zuchan Chow.
Sarah Margala. Jetany Go.
Richard Hayden Picard.
Joa Wu.
Kevin Pham Wynn.
Lorenzo Antonio Michael Pena.
Jose Martinez Camacho.
Lebardo Mencia.
Rebecca Suzanne Aguilar.
Gobind Singh Sohi.
Philip Evan Campos.
Bo K. Shrewsbury, summa cum laude, Kellogg Honor Scholar.
Edward Alec Hills.
Julian Eugenio Pierre Rossi Vimont.
Caitlin Nicole Helmuth.
Leonard Marderosian.
Luying Han. Cao Chen Lin.
And that completes the awarding of the degree Bachelor of Science in Physics.
Okay. Now, will the class of 2019 please rise? Join me in congratulating the College of Science class of 2019. And now, please be seated. There is one group of people we want to again recognize. Will the families and friends of our graduates back there please rise? And graduates, I want you to join me in thanking these wonderful people for all they have done to help make this day possible for you. So back there. Thank you so much. You can be seated again. As newly minted graduates, you are now permanent members of the Cal Poly Pomona community. We know you are ready for the next step in your career and are excited about what the future holds for you. Be successful and demonstrate to the world what a Cal Poly Pomona Bronco can accomplish. Make a difference. Congratulations! This now brings us to the end of our program. We ask the audience to please remain seated during the recessional. And thank you so much for being with us. Let's have a great Cal Poly Pomona round of applause.